Marcus, my partner. How you doing?
Doing good, my friend. What's happening?
What's popping? Is it 5 o'clock already?
It's on 5 o'clock here. That's the only thing that matters.
Are we the only ones drinking?
So what we drinking today, big boy?
The same Diplomatico you, the Papa.
Pappy Van Winkle.
Papi
Rolling with
Van Winkle.
Pappy.
And our
Pappy's
boys
in the house.
drinking water at this and right
Water.
now. We're cheers right now.
bro.
Hey, they choosing the healthy
They're
exit.
sharp. They're sharp on that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Each his own.
All right. So first, why don't we let our guests introduce themselves? You want to start with
Or you could break it down, you know a little bit about them, right? Then we can have them like jump in, right?
Sure.
So what's up with Estevan and Jorge?
All right. What's up with you guys? Who wants to start?
Not much. Just want to say thanks for having me, first of all, but also just a little bit of background on me. I've been, in business for 10 plus years. Of course, cryptocurrency, huge, but I've got a couple other businesses in the background, restaurants, gaming lounges, IT companies, electricity aggregation companies. You know, George, right?
Yeah.
That's a little bit about me, but crypto is the number one right now.
Okay, perfect. What about you, Jorge?
What about me? It's not really much, man. I do media. I've got a business in transportation as far as import-export, taking things from Mexico to the U.S., back and forth. And then I've got a few trucks going like all across the U.S.
An entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Entrepreneur. For life.
Pretty much.
For life.
So what's how did you two cats hook up? What brought y'all together?
You should tell them the story.
Oh.
This is your story.
Seems like
Super
somewhat
funny
diverse
story.
backgrounds,
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, first we have at our podcast, we have this philosophy called business and bullshit, right? Where we actually let our guests dictate what they want to start first. Do they want to start with business or you want to start with bullshit? So I'll let you guys decide. What
Business
you guys
for 200 or bullshit for 200?
want. Business for 200 or bullshit for 200?
Let's
do you
do
guys-
bullshit.
Bullshit
Bullshit
first.
for 200.
All right. So how do you guys then
How we meet?
Meet,
And tell
yeah.
them the story, George.
Was it at a
So
club?
Tell me some-
essentially,
Tell me some good bullshit on this.
All right. Super dumb. So I was trying to make a YouTube video with, the hot ones, hot sauces.
Okay.
It was actually a part 2. It's pretty cool. Like I had the idea. It's like, you know what? Like, why don't we do something or, for the community
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, we showcase a local restaurant.
This is in Laredo, Texas,
in Laredo.
right? All right,
yeah.
perfect.
So I was like,
Got
you know what? Let me check my radius. So it was either going to be Pilot Wings or Wings Route. I picked Wings Route. And I had a friend.
You happen to own
Yeah,
the Wings
yep,
Route, right?
correct.
Okay, perfect.
So I called up my friend George, who said, "Yo, I know the owner of Wings Route. It just so happens." So I was like, "All right,
a rock
let's
star.
go. Yeah, let's go." So I gave him a call. I was like, "Hey, man, what's up? Hey, like to showcase your sauces?" He said, "Yes." Yada yada yada. So in a sense, I bought a bunch of like flavorless wings, and I bought their hottest flavors. I did the video with all of the hot ones, hot sauces, and the Wings Route hot sauces, which are pretty strong.
Did you survive?
Huh?
Did you survive?
Well, I wasn't the one eating. I was the camera guy.
Conveniently.
Lucky bastard.
Pretty much, man. What's it called? And I gave him a little shout out and a little mini commercial like at the end. Esteban really liked it, so he signed me on as like his media guy.
Awesome.
Okay.
He saw the potential then. All right.
And then y'all just started like working together
Vibing,
more and more and vibing.
Little by little, we became friends.
Okay.
What was your first gig as a media guy with Stevan?
With Esteban, I think it was Wings Route,
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
I did a couple of level 2
So
things.
you guys made a promo for Wings Route. then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We better pull that on Facebook.
And
see
to
how
top it
looks.
off, this was actually during the start of COVID, which is also another reason why I was like, you know what, I
March
feel
then.
like, restaurants might need a big, push. And some restaurants, they have the food. It's really, really tasty. But, sometimes, the marketing, you crank up the marketing.
Yeah.
And, everything
I
just
got
goes
you.
good.
So back in, you mentioned it was on when it was COVID barely starting, right? So I assuming it was March of last year. Were you guys already into crypto? Like, if you have an investment, or it was just the beginning of a relationship related to crypto when you guys met each other?
Which one of y'all was who was doing the crypto in the closet? It was Esteban had the crypto
Or both?
I think both of us still
both
had,
y'all
some
doing crypto?
holdings.
Yeah, I've been in crypto since 2009. So
Okay, and you were involved in it too, a little bit.
Back in 2009 with Esteban? No.
No, not with him, but on your own.
In crypto, like I'd say like 2015.
Okay, so you got a much deeper background in it.
So when was the spark when you guys both decided to, take a journey into the mining then?
I think we've been going back and forth
Yeah.
ever since we met. Like, we got to work together on something. We got to work together on something, and then eventually, we ended up working together on a mining company of all things.
Were you guys mining last year, like March, or the whole thing happened like too fast? Where you guys said, you know what, let's start building minings, and start, getting to this crypto industry of mining. What was the
The catalyst?
The catalyst. of that?
Yeah,
day?
yeah, and I think it was December, right? December. We started officially in December, but I think we had already started mining a couple months, maybe about 2 or 3 months before that. So
And why mining? What was the
What was the attracting to?
attractiveness on that?
oh, I think that comes from my side because when you're mining, you're producing, right? You're production. So the benefits are markets up, markets down. You're still going to make money one way or another. You don't have a dollar cost average either. You're not paying for the coins themselves. You're paying for the equipment that produces the coins. So that just seemed like a lot more attractive than the other options at the time.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I remember we came, Diego and I, we came to y'all spot and we chopped it up with y'all a little bit. Yep. And you guys have gone beyond just standard mining, right? Standard mining is just your basic, like the stuff they're doing like in China and the proof of work stuff, right? And then there's like another play in there, which is the Ethereum, which is proof of stake. Or
No, we're still doing proof of work. Proof of work there.
Then
But
what's the next one? The Ethereum one? Which one is that? Like
Ethereum 2.0 will go to proof of stake.
proof of stake.
Yeah.
But then there's a third level, which is now this proof of storage stuff,
Proof
right?
of space.
Yeah.
So damn, man, I can't keep up with this shit, man.
Yep.
I'll make up y'all's mind. What is it gonna be? So, kind of tell us and the audience, well, how does that work? Of the 3 levels.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
got you
First,
there?
if you can actually tell a little bit the audience of the evolution of that proof of work to
to
proof of stake, and then
stake,
proof of space.
space.
So
Sure.
when we met you, you got this. You kind of like introduced the philosophy of proof of space. But before we jump to that level, let's have a journey in that process.
Sure. Yeah. So proof of work, I think, is the very first type of validation for blockchains. Bitcoin used it. Ethereum uses it still today, and so does Bitcoin. And it's basically just validator nodes, miners, right? Big CPUs at the time, and then it evolved into GPU mining and then ASIC mining, but just all very, getting higher and higher than the levels of hash rate. From there, they realized that there was, technical limitations with proof of work. Yes, it became very decentralized, but at the same time, it takes a lot of power, a lot of physical space. And then I think, I don't remember which was the first crypto to introduce proof of stake, right? If you guys know, you can
I
definitely.
think I think Ethereum. No.
Ethereum? Yeah, it might be for the 2.0. And so proof of stake is basically a lot less power hungry, right? You just got to run a master node type of deal, which doesn't use any electricity. And of course, it takes a lot of capital, right? Because in order to run like an Ethereum master node, you need 32 Ethereum coins, which is
to become a validator.
not really pocket change these days, right?
$80,000.
Yeah.
That's
So-
pay to play.
In today's dollars,
In today's dollars, right?
who knows where it goes?
And then which it's a lot has a lot higher bandwidth, right? They can do a lot more transactions per second. Doesn't cost anything to run. Doesn't take up as much space. So it's just a lot more efficient, right, from proof of work. But some might argue that it's not as decentralized, right?
No.
And so there's like a trade-off there. And then, of course, we go over to
Proof of storage
proof of
now.
storage,
space.
which is
Space,
space,
yeah.
and then Chia specifically, it's space time, because I think before Chia there was Filecoin, and theirs was just proof of storage, right? As far as, or to my understanding, but Chia kind of takes it a little bit different. They check that, yes, you have the storage, right? But then later down the line, they'll check again, is that storage still there, right? And hence where the time part comes from. So Also, a little bit better than proof of work, I would say, in some ways. In some ways, not really, because people are just going to Amazon Web Services, renting out all their servers,
And
and
Amazon,
Which I remember we were
and
texting
Amazon
on
doesn't
that.
like that. They
and
don't
you,
like that shit.
You mentioned that Amazon already kind of like
They already
figured
caught
out
on
that
to
they
that.
don't want their warehouse space
Yes.
or the cloud to be
Cloud
rented for that
you
type
use
of
it.
business.
Because it's
Exactly.
hard on the machine, right?
Yes.
Write,
Yes.
rewrite, all that shit.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because look, let's just first break into what it is, each of those three things to the audience. Proof of work is the basic build your mining.
Old
rig.
school mind.
Old school back when
1.0.
you get your motherboard, your rig, you get your GPUs, and you get your memories and all that shit, right?
Yep.
Costs you around, let's say nowadays, right now, it's like $2,000 to build a mining rig. When
Sure.
You're lucky.
Entry
right?
level, yeah.
Entry level, right? And you need to have certain.
Probably more like $8,000 when you want a good one.
And then the average, it's like what, 8 GPUs, 7 GPUs on average
Yep.
per mining rig, right? And all of a sudden, I think that was extremely popular
Yes.
when,
In the beginning.
Bitcoin was 8,000 and then went up to 32,000 and shit like that. I mean, because you mentioned something extremely interesting, which is the hash rate. People
Yes.
need to transact more and more and more and more.
And the hash rate requirements go up. So the more mining, the harder it is to get coin, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Now there comes this bullshit wave about, you know what? Let's make the world more organic, more alternative energy,
Green.
more green. And then you have your boy Elon Musk saying, you know what? First we
Bitcoin
like
is dirty money,
First we like
dirty.
Bitcoin in our balance sheet, and we can transact on that. You can buy our
Cars with
cars with Bitcoin and shit like that. And then a
Whoops,
couple
now
of
it's too
days
dirty.
later,
It's dirty.
you know what? My mom says that no, it's not good and shit like that, right?
Not
so,
clean. It's not clean.
but
green.
then this is some kind of like timing that there's a risk. Something deep is going on in that industry, because after that, I was coming back from Houston, and I got this document from in Twitter from Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, where he actually, in essence, kind of like lay out the whole plan for proof of stake and why it's better than having a bunch of mining rigs and consume a lot of energy and shit like that. And you kind of like, what the fuck is going on with this situation, right? And then you mentioned something interesting, which is for proof of stake, you need to become a true validator, which I don't think it's a validator. It's just kind of like somebody who just regulate that shit and something like that. You need 32 Ethereums. Oh, okay. How many are 32 Ethereums? Well, right now the price is 4,000, so an average is gonna be, or 3,000, whatever. Your entry is gonna be $80,000. But then that changed the whole fucking game for those who are, barely starting the game or are in the game.
Yep.
You guys have more, because you mentioned you got 30 rigs right now, 30 mining rigs.
Yep.
I'm thinking those who has like billion-dollar infrastructure on mining rigs has a lot of different, what the fuck they're gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly.
the way I see it, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but nobody regulates, nobody leads Bitcoin because it was just this open source. And now you have Ethereum, which led by this guy, Vitalik, right? Changing the whole fucking game, because Ethereum in the whole crypto industry manage around 40% of the whole volume, of the whole flow of the of the currency. So eventually, I'm assuming, and I might be wrong on this, all minor cryptos will have to follow through that kind of like new game.
It sounds like a hustle. It sounds like there are arbitrary rules being created to where the small players are paying the returns to the bigger players or the early players, which sounds like a typical scheme or a typical hustle that you find in anything, right?
Yep.
If they can make everybody 32 Ethereum is a small player. But if they make the entry level at 32, what they're really doing is not letting you dump the stock. You're required to hold the asset.
Hold it, yep.
So now you've got this class of investors, is technically what you are, and you can't liquidate. You got to hold. So if I'm just using the stock as an analogy or as an example. If I'm doing a pump and dump, I want to get a lot of people buying my stock because I got a big book of it, right? I got a big block of stock, and I don't want them to dump it until I dump it first.
Right.
You know.
But here's
So
also
it just
great.
sounds like the games just turn from one set of rules to another, it just sounds like that's what's
But
going
now
on.
something extremely interesting in here from what he's saying. Okay, I compromised my 32 Ethereums. It's $80,000 at this market price. Part of the rule is you cannot taken out. You cannot
Yes,
get it
that's
out.
why they call it stake.
Right? That's
Yep.
because you're
Stake
staking,
it.
right?
Put it up.
Obviously, I'm gonna receive some kind of interest on that, which nowadays the market interest rate it's like 6%. Some of them
6%.
says per week, some of them says per month. You don't know. It all depends on the brokerage house on how much business they want to bring into their, how many wallets they want to open into their.
And interest rates are driven by supply and demand.
Absolutely.
In the beginning, their incentive is greater because there's not that many players.
Right,
As soon as
right.
more players go in there, it might be 6 now, but it's going to go back to your,
Right.
your 1 or
Now,
less.
from my understanding now, it's okay. So what happened with the ones who has less than 32 Ethereums? Well, brokerage houses like Kraken or Binance, what they do now, it's, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong this, that they build a pool,
Yes.
right, of those who are less than 32, and they collect all those who wants to participate on this proof of stake development, and they pull that out and then turn over and create some kind of like, they be the validator for you with your money.
Yes.
And they're going to pay you money on that,
Yep.
spread, And that's kind of cool too, and shit like that. You won't need to invest a lot of money into, mining rigs and shit like that, right?
Yep.
So my question now is pretty simple. You guys are well ahead of the game because you guys manage 30 mining rigs here in Laredo. I guess you guys are the only one from what I know.
So
From our
y'all got-
understanding, yeah.
So y'all got about $500,000 in there, right?
Which is like
Pretty close.
pretty close to $500,000 of investment on that.
Equipment,
Now, knowing what you know and all this the money that you have invested, how you guys transition into this new kind of like evolution? Are you guys sticking to the proof of stake, meaning just keep mining and moving to another cryptos, or are you guys really thinking about moving to proof of stake, or that proof of space that we haven't actually covered that topic yet? But what's kind of the strategy behind this, knowing that you have so much money investing on this?
Yeah, so all the clients that we have that are in the proof of work, right, that have the miners with us right now, they're kind of going to stay there, right? They're going to stay mining Ethereum until Ethereum can't be mined
the
anymore.
wheels
right?
fall off.
Yeah, exactly. They have the option to reinvest those gains into other options that we have, like you said, the proof of space, Chia specifically. They could always just take out their money and do whatever they want with it. But I think most of our clients, from what we've seen, they typically want to reinvest it, right? They want to go back in, keep making more money, right? So I think it's either now or in the very near future, we kind of taper off acceptance of Ethereum miners, right? Because at the end of the day, let's say someone gets in right now
Right.
with a brand new machine.
Right.
How much money are they going to make? Is it still going to be worth their investment?
Before the
Correct.
potential thing
The
changes,
payback,
right?
yeah.
Right. If Ethereum keeps going the way it's going, right, trending upwards, they're going to be making money for a long time, right?
Right.
I mean, I foresee that, right? I foresee all of our clients, and anyone really, anyone.
You're saying
mining
making
Ethereum.
money off the appreciation of the coin or getting the coin?
Both, both, because you're getting the coin if they hold it, and it's going to appreciate over time.
Coin, yeah.
But what happens, they're saying maybe in 2 years that process might end. So now you might be stuck with a lot of capital equipment, right?
So at that point, those machines, if they're still viable, a lot can change between now and 2 years. We'll just switch them over to a different coin. If they aren't right, we'll sell them, whatever, and get whatever money we can out of them and put it into
So
something
in your
else.
mind, no pun intended, your mind,
Yes.
there's always going to be something to mine with that equipment, right? If Ethereum says, you know what, we're not doing that, we're moving on to another type of reward system, you'll just go to another coin and then convert that coin over. So you don't get caught high and dry with all those equipments, right?
Absolutely.
That's pretty interesting.
All right.
Now,
That's your hedge.
Yes.
when
yes.
we met you, you come up with this interesting concept, which was a proof of space. That opened my mind a little bit. But you and I also know there's always, it's also capex intensive because you need to buy a lot of those hard drives and buy more every 3-4
Well,
months.
let him break that.
Exactly.
How's
So
that work?
why don't you walk a little bit on that process?
Sure. So basically the way Chia works is you get a storage drive.
Chia is a cryptocurrency.
Chia is a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Yes.
We're talking proof of space.
Proof of space.
Okay.
basically the way it works is you get a storage drive and you fill it up with plots. And a lot of
Right.
people like to compare these plots to lottery tickets, right? When is your ticket going to get drawn from the winning numbers? And
The more tickets, the greater chance you get a reward, right?
exactly.
Right.
The more tickets, and in order to get more tickets, you got to have more hard drives.
There you go.
And so that's the race
Sounds
right
like
now.
a familiar story, just
Yes.
different character names.
Yeah,
the same damn
absolutely.
story.
Absolutely.
Here comes that bullshit.
Absolutely.
Here we go. It's called the okie doke. Where I come from. Here it comes. All right.
And so that's pretty much basically it. It's the race is getting as many hard drives as possible, filling them up as fast as possible, right? Because filling them up is an intensive task, like you mentioned before. You actually need a smaller hard drive called a solid state NVMe. Yeah, exactly. And
So you need a little hard drive. I'm gonna dumb it down.
Yes.
'Cause So you need a little hard drive to talk to the bigger hard drive.
that's right. Yeah. Because the little one is super, super fast, right?
Okay.
And the big ones are a lot slower,
Okay.
but they can hold a lot more.
And it's big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then they were saying something about they wear out fast because you're writing, rewriting, and all that.
Exactly.
So like when I go to Best Buy or whatever and buy a drive off the shelf, and it says it can hold terabytes and all that.
Yeah.
But that's not for going in and out all the time, right? So it's a big. They don't tell you this,
They
but
don't
it's a
tell
big
you.
catch between something that you use occasionally and something you rewriting all the time, right?
Exactly. So the small drives, the SSDs, Chia specifically has a very intensive read-write process.
yeah.
Whenever you download a movie, for example,
just need to do it
it's just
once,
one
right?
read,
Yeah.
and then one write. But in Chia, it's actually doing like about 3 or 4 writes, and then
So
all in the same
3 or
space.
4 movies a day.
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
don't wear your shit out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they're seeing that those SSDs kind of wear out in about 3 or 4 months. So you kind of
What
have to
about
constantly
the
buying new
payback during those 4 months? Because you actually showed me some numbers in your Excel, and the payback was in 1 month. Which was
yes,
So
exactly.
you were kind of staying ahead of it, then, right? A little bit.
So it's kind of hard to get it in like a linear type fashion, but basically, in those 3 or 4 months, you might have done, I don't know, maybe a few 100 terabytes off of your, 2 terabyte drive. Those terabytes, 200 terabytes, let's say you get 200 terabytes out of your 2 terabyte drive. Your estimated win time is going to be pretty low, maybe about 1 month or so.
yeah,
So you need more.
You need more. Yeah.
all the time.
So a 2 terabyte. So if the average person just goes and invests, I'm gonna get 1 2 terabyte drive and hook all that shit up and let it run 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
I might get a Chia
In a month.
in a month.
Maybe.
So obviously I need more stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I want to get paid every day. So I
Yes.
got to. All right. Got you, Jose. I'm watching you now. All
No
right.
ticky, no clicky, my friend.
No ticky, no clicky.
No ticky, no clicky. So, question: if you make a decision right now between which one would you bet hard between proof of stake and proof of space, where would you line up your money and your investors moving forward?
It's a good question. It's an excellent question. I think that if I want to stick on the side of production, I'm going to be on the proof of space.
Proof of space.
If I want to expose myself to some market risk, and with the right amount of returns, like, we have to check what the APYs are for whatever proof of stake
Right,
we're doing. I might go with proof of stake. But honestly, right now, the big thing is proof of space. The returns on that far outweigh anything.
Because you're ahead of you're ahead of the herd right now, right?
Yes.
People aren't really
And,
piling in there
let,
yet.
Let's say I'm an
Exactly.
investor, right?
Yeah.
And I want to know what it takes to get into the proof of space. Like, what are the requirements to get into that? Can you walk me a little bit on that? Equipment base and
Sure,
software
yeah.
and all
Equipment, it's just going to be hard drives, right? As many hard drives as you can get.
that. Any brand in specific that you recommend, or at this point
All,
right now?
all the
because-
major players are pretty reputable, so
But
Seagate-
commercial grade stuff.
You can get commercial stuff too,
Because
yeah.
we did some research on that, and obviously there's a big spread between commercial and industrial.
Right.
We were trying to get this. What was 16 terabytes? Some shit like that. It was like $1,000, but it was just this hard drive. But also you mentioned about the commercial, right? You want to do like a dump test first.
Yeah.
You first get this commercial hard drive.
Yeah.
What else do you need for that?
Yeah, so you need those. You need also the solid state drives, and you need basically a computer that will connect them all together. So
So a good fast processing power, right?
yes, processing power, definitely CPU based, right? Because it's not going to use anything with GPU. So totally different from the Ethereum miners we have now.
Now, I from what I was reading too, it's like you need to be plugged all the time to the internet, or is it like
Yes.
am I confusing with proof of stake on that?
No. Proof of space requires you to be connected to the internet 24/7. Also.
24/7. That's the key. You gotta be there. So it's a pretty random software, like a pretty normal software. You write and rewrite the hard drives, and every 4 months you replace it.
Yep.
So now the question is, why Chia? Why specifically that cryptocurrency, Chia?
Because I think that they are easier than the other, like Filecoin, for example. Filecoin kind of is a little bit of both proof of space and proof of stake. Because for every terabyte you have in Filecoin, for example, you have to stake a little bit of your own Filecoin, just so that you don't, like you said.
They want you coming out of there too quick. Huh?
Exactly. So, whereas Chia doesn't have that requirement. It's
You do
just
whatever
fill up
you
the
want.
drives.
All right.
Fill up the drives. And that's it. So it's a lot, and also the user interface for Chia is so much easier.
Really?
Absolutely. It's very simple, straightforward. It's got little step 2, step 3 written into the program itself. So I think anyone could do it.
So it's easy to get set up.
Easy to get set up. Absolutely. I feel like anyone can do it. Even anyone at home. You got a couple extra terabytes on your hard drive. Fill it up with Chia.
Filled with Chia.
Fill it
Not
up with
Chia Pet, but Chia Horn.
Yes.
All right.
You sell it at HEB, bro. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy,
I think whenever
lemon
we
peasy,
first
lemon
started talking, it had just become like tradable.
Yeah.
Like that same week.
Yeah, it was like 700 if I'm not mistaken, and then went down all the way to 400.
Yeah, it took a
Everything
hit
went
with the market, crypto
I was
market.
trying to buy some, but it's also limited with brokerage firms. No, who do you trade? Chia. What brokerage do you guys?
Yeah, it's
use?
which one is it?
So
think
I try.
not on
Obviously,
Kraken?
Coinbase. They don't
No,
have
they
that.
don't have
they
it.
ain't
Those
like
are
that.
fucking slow. It's
They're like the Macy's. They got real picky on
Yeah.
what they carry.
they're just barely putting Dogecoin
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
I tried that. We tried
Kraken's got it. No, Kraken didn't have it.
Kraken.
I think Binance. I know for sure
Binance.
Binance has it.
Binance for sure. Then,
Yeah.
So whoever wants to buy
Some Chia Pet.
some Chia Pets, buy it
to-
on Binance,
go to-
right?
Yeah.
Do I need to put disclaimers in here when I say that? I don't know.
Hey, this is
Producer.
not financial advice.
It's all opinion.
Go
Shit.
talk to your pastor, your mother,
Yep.
your mother-in-law,
Exactly.
brother-in-law, your sister's brother, cousin. Go
Maybe
get
your
your advice
dog.
from them.
Maybe your dog.
I ain't telling you what to do and what to buy. You go do your own
We
shit.
don't want anybody to say, you know what, I bought a bunch of hard
Don't
drives.
go
and I
telling
took
nobody.
everything."
Don't go telling nobody we told you to do something. No.
You guys are so persuasive on
This is an
getting into this.
entertainment
Education.
/ edutainment situation.
So I guess the thing then is proof of space then.
It looks like it.
Well, that's where we are now until some new shit comes out.
Exactly.
You know.
They might come out with proof of, I don't know.
It just
dogs
seems
or
like
something.
y'all are gamers, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm dating myself. When I was like in high school, there was all into this Dungeons and Dragons shit. I didn't really get too much into it, but a lot of people I knew did. And it just seems like there's some like big wizard master or some 60 level dude just sitting there. As people start climbing up, he just raises the damn game a little bit higher. And you know, it just seems like the closer people get to success in this shit, they come out with some new thing you got to do.
Yeah, adaptability is definitely very important in this industry. And in investing in general. You always want to make sure you're informed with like the newest thing that's coming out, because the sooner you get into it.
And it may not be some grand wizard up there. It just could be the disruption curve is just so competitive in this. It's constantly reinventing itself.
You know, a lot of people think that Grand Wizard up there is Elon Musk himself.
Oh, the
He
guy
might
with
be-
the anime profile pic? I don't know, man.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah, I think it's just the disruption curve of the technology. It's just constantly
you know what was
remaking
interesting? He sent me yesterday in the morning while he was taking his shit. He sent me this article.
itself. And my shit times in the
Best
morning.
time to
That's
read
the
the
best
article.
time
When
to
you
do
do
your
that.
thing. You do your shit.
I
And
know,
you taking the
I know
shit.
that when he sent me some good, valuable source.
Yeah, I only send him shit when I'm shitting. So
That's
when
right.
He
I'm
sent me
busy,
shit when he's shading,
right.
actually.
So I'm busy.
But this one was a good one. The article in a nutshell was saying that you know that in China right now, they're cracking down on all those miners.
Yes.
because
They're
of
kicking them out.
because of money laundering and all that
Well,
bullshit,
they're
right?
claiming China's like they're diverting a lot of power
Yes.
from other public works and other things. But man, it just seems like a head fake because if China is where 60% of the shit was coming from, right?
Right.
And China's a communist country, right? On the surface, communist / capital, right? That's what they think they are.
Right.
You would think China right now, from an infrastructure standpoint, is trying to basically buy and control the world.
Right.
Right.
They're buying all the ports. They're investing in third world countries. They're loaning them money at high rates and they're getting capital infrastructure. China is going crazy, right?
Yep.
They're trying to take everything. Well, if crypto is going to be the new currency and they already got 60% of the mining, all they need to do is turn that shit stateside, right?
Yep.
We're going to just basically take over all the mining and start putting our trillions of dollars and yen in the mining and let's just take this shit over. But for some reason, at least that's what they're selling us on, they're not doing that.
Yep.
Which sounds to be crazy. China could basically own this shit. They do all the damn computers come from over there.
Yep.
All
All the
mine-
ASIC
all
mining
this shit comes
companies
from
are over
there.
there as well.
They could take it. But instead they say they're booting it out. That's
Right.
crazy. That
Makes you
just
wonder
makes
why,
no
right?
sense. It
Yeah,
makes
because
no
look,
sense.
they control the volume of the trading side, and they
Yeah.
have the majority of the mining.
They got all the equipment.
Now,
Game over.
The article, it's all related to what it is that because of this cracking down on this mining entrepreneurs. Most of those businesses are coming to Texas now.
Yes.
Because of the low energy rates.
And obviously, that's a plus for Texas too, because now not only you have Elon Musk investing here with their,
Then
Then the
spreadsheets.
Governor Abbott
Us-
came out and said that they're welcoming
Yes.
miners with open arms.
He signed a something.
Something, right.
So that tells me still that probably like proof of work still is gonna.
Oh, I don't think you think it's not going anywhere, right? It's
not
going to
gonna
be
My-
there.
disappear,
My
right?
personal belief is that proof of work isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Because here's my take on that. To go with your take, if you've got billions and hundreds of billions, and trillions of dollars in that,
Yep.
it ain't just going to go away. There's a lot of people got interest in that shit,
Right.
and it's going to stay.
Have you guys seen the Bitmain mining farms? The people that make the best ASICs out there, they've got their own mining farms, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And they are warehouses,
Yeah, just
4 stories
factories,
tall.
running.
Well, where's that at, in China? Or
It's
here?
in China, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Huge warehouses. I mean, I'm talking rows of warehouses. Just
Looks right off the movie Matrix, right? It's
Yeah.
just
it's exactly
yeah,
like that.
like
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Big Bitmain signs on the sides of these warehouses. I mean, we're talking that's easily hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Where's all that going to go?
It
ain't
can't,
gonna- they
can't
ain't-
just go poof.
No, and they're not going to
we-
just
nah.
sit back and be like, okay, yeah, we'll stop mining.
We'll just
Because
shut
it's
it
too
down.
big.
Right.
It's too big.
It's too big to fail.
It's too
right?
big to fail at this point. So
At this point.
yeah, I think that's very interesting to say that some of those businesses are gonna come to Texas. Makes sense. Texas is about to become a tech boom
Yep.
state, right? And that also kind of like a plus to say, yeah, you know what?
I think that throws a cookie to you guys. I mean,
Absolutely.
These people, coming at you.
on that part. What else I was gonna say on that? Let's talk a little bit about the trading side.
Sure.
You guys are focused on the mining, but also you see on the other side a lot of crypto billionaires and crypto millionaires and shit like that on the trading side.
And that's our side. We on the trading side of it.
But what's your thoughts on that? Are you guys trade also? What you guys are doing the mining? Do you guys like to trade or?
Well, I've got
you guys just focus on the mining.
Making it.
Yeah,
Making it.
I mean, I'm a big proponent for making it, but I mean, my background's in trading. I've got 10 plus years trading stocks, options, and I feel like that kind of translates over to the
now.
crypto trading and stuff like that. And I've done a little trading here and there, and yeah, I mean, I've got some positions, open.
Because one of my feeling that I was telling Marcus was that, okay, on one side, and this is where I probably might need your thoughts on this. On one side, yeah, you buying equipment or you investing to do the mining, right? But for the audience to really understand the difference between mining and trading, let's say you have, for instance, you said you guys have like $400,000 worth of equipment at this point, right? what difference will it make to have $400,000 moving in and out in the trading side? No capex, right? But on the other side, it's just you're trading with a $400,000 account, cryptos,
Yeah.
Chia, Ethereum.
Yeah.
Like, what will be the main difference if you actually, frame that?
I think the main difference is market risk and volatility. But other than that, I mean, really what you're doing is you're still producing more coins, really, because let's say
Right.
you buy $1,000 worth of Ethereum, you sell it for 2,000, and you can buy more
with the profit.
with the profit, right?
Yeah.
So you still end up with more coins.
On the mining side, right?
No,
On the trading side.
On the trading
On the
side.
trading side. Yeah, you still end up with more coins. So we're kind of ending at the same point. We just took different routes, you know?
And you guys feel pretty much like more comfortable with the mining side.
I feel like most of our clients like the mining side because there's very little downside risk. But, I personally like to do both. I play both sides.
Is it really changing the industry with? Because I hear a lot about the industry of chips and all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. That there's a lot of short, deficits, and there's more demand than supply and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
The price of a GPU nowadays, it's like $900 to $1,200. When it used to be like $300, dude.
Yep.
$350.
Yeah, I remember.
Come on.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on here?
Supply and demand.
And then you have, from my understanding, it's only two big players or three big players. You have NVIDIA, you have AMD,
Yeah.
and then you might say Taiwan Semiconductors and Intel, right?
Right.
And that's it. That's about it, right? Now, NVIDIA on the other side says, you know what? Our core, it's games.
Yeah.
Gaming. Those guys who are buying NVIDIA
For mining, it's taken away from our gaming business.
Yeah.
So we got
Exactly.
to stop that shit.
And then you have on the other side an AMD and all that. But you know what? Where are we heading then? I mean, is it going to be like a point where an industry is going to be separated where, okay, AMD is going to say, you know what, this pool of inventory goes from our gaming and then this pool goes to our mining? Or, because I always like to see projects or analyze projects based on scalability.
But then he brings up another interesting point. Gaming is big business too.
Absolutely.
And there is a path to these two convergences to reunite again. And because if you think about it, now they're getting into this NFT shit where you can buy gaming accessories through crypto and all that.
Yep.
So now that's going to bring the gaming right back to the crypto again.
Yep.
Because now gamers are online, right? And they're exchanging all of these tools and gaming cash and tokens and all that. So now that's coming right back down the path of the crypto, which brings in video and it puts them in a tight spot, which they're going to have to probably open it up.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you've heard, but NVIDIA announced a completely new line of graphics cards specifically for miners.
or miners.
Yeah.
Which is what you're saying there.
And the graphics cards they're making for gamers, they're putting in some firmware that doesn't allow mining software to run on them.
Exactly.
But it's really kind of just a small fence to a big park.
problem, right?
But really, because you can just walk around it. I don't know if you've seen all the workarounds that they have for that. People are
Patching
plugging,
over it.
yeah, patching. They're either patching it or they're getting a little $2 HDMI dummy plug, and then they're just using it to mine anyways.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys watch Linus Tech Tips.
No.
No? Okay, well, he did a review on those.
Shit.
I forgot to program it. My bad.
I'll watch.
So yeah, he did a review on the graphics card, and I mean, he literally sarcastically said like, "Oh no, I guess there's gonna be no way. That's it. Mining is over, guys. These graphics cards, they're just gonna have like that cap. We're not gonna be able to mine with them."
But also okay, so let's say you keep having this proof of work. It's an interesting one because, we're delving into the unknown industry of crypto mining. You're very bullish and you placing a bet on this proof of space. Makes sense. It's like I guess to summarize, this is like a
And what makes him
virtual
bullish
warehouse.
is he's got a lot of like little for lack of a better word, little rat holes, right? If they come down this way, I got this. You got these little backup plans,
Yeah,
right?
and that's just part of an industry
Makes
that
you
it's
more
in.
secure. you know?
Yeah,
It's part of an
diversification.
industry that it's in development, right?
Yeah.
So you got proof of space, and then you got proof of stake, and then you got proof of work, right? So we receive a lot of questions about people who want to start in this game about mining because they see their Instagram, buddy
Buddies.
making money and showing his Lambo and
Yep.
renting the Lambo just to prove that he's making and then return on the next day and shit
Yep.
like that, right? And then this crypto guys trading and making like millions and millions of dollars and everything was paper money and shit like that. You know it.
Yeah.
But then your best advice then for somebody who wants to, start from scratch, who, first before getting to that point, it's still marginable. If the game's still marginable, can you still make money in the crypto mining space
Absolutely.
from what it's
From
happening?
a startup, though.
yeah.
To start,
'Cause
You
A lot
can.
of people don't have half a million,
Of
so
course,
you
of
start out
course.
with, like,
You definitely can,
grand.
but is it going to be tons and tons of money? Probably not, right? It's gone to the point, and we've had to tell all of our clients the same thing, right? When we first started this back in December, the entry was much lower than it is today, right? Today, if you want to get on an ETH miner, it's minimum 10,000. The average person
So
doesn't have
walk me
10,000.
through that process. Let's say I want to subscribe to your.
Yeah.
How do you actually describe this? Like a fund, like a mining fund, like how does that work? Can you walk me a little bit? Let's say we have a buddy from Mexico who wants to invest in this mining space.
And he doesn't want to he brings up a good point. He doesn't want to do it himself. No one has time for that shit,
Exactly.
right? So, but I want to get with you.
Yeah.
I want to get in your
Walk me through that process,
Because you do it
Yeah.
on my
For
behalf.
those who wants to subscribe to your fund.
Sure. So the way it works is it's really simple. They come to us, they give us their budget. Let's say they've got $250,000 just sitting around for this mining stuff. We take that.
What's your firm minimum, though?
Minimum is 10.
$10,000.
Minimum's 10. We take that money, we put it in a machine, right? We build a machine with that money. It's your machine, belongs to you, but it's in our care. And we operate it for you. We maintain it. We send you the payouts first of every month.
Did you build a wallet or when
Yes.
you send the
you
payout?
do
How does
everything.
that work?
We do everything, yeah. That we get a wallet for them and everything. So when we set up with their wallets as well, so it goes to the machine, from the machine to their wallet. They're getting paid first of every month.
And you're caught on the process. Is it like
What's your
negotiable?
management fee?
The commission or the fee, is it negotiable or it's a flat fee?
That's
you
a
guys
flat
do?
fee.
What's your flat fee?
25%
25%
Okay, so-
of the
of the
profit?
production.
After expense.
Yes, plus electricity.
After expense.
No, just like revenue. We take 25%.
So
of that.
gross.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gross,
Okay,
right.
I got you.
Got you.
So to understand this, like I'm an 8 years old guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you open.
You
a-
are.
Like I am.
Mama dropped you in your head.
So you open an account,
Yeah.
right? Where I have my wallet, my virtual wallet, right? And then every month, let's say I'll transfer you the money. We sign some documents, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Like the formality about it.
Of course, has to be.
So we pass through the formality, documentation, and all that. I have a wallet, and then every month, right, you send me the payout.
Yes,
Okay.
Minus the expenses.
minus the expenses.
Minus expenses and mine, obviously part of that's expensive, your fee, which is your 25%, right? Now, from you, in terms of payback, if right now somebody, let's say I have a couple buddies, right? And they have a couple of $10,000.
Yeah.
What's the average payout
Return.
or return or payout
Per month or
or
whatever,
payback
per year.
Payback per year. At these conditions right now, from what we talk about proof of stake, proof of space, proof of bullshit, right? Or
Yeah.
what's the current payback right now with this condition?
If they get in on proof of space, the current payback is about a month.
About a month.
Oh,
Absolutely.
shit, I'm going to give you 10,000. Let me get my money right now.
Let me get my wallet.
Damn. Yeah.
Fatima, get us my wallet. Get us my wallet.
Hey, go get it.
All right, so it's 1 month then.
If you're doing proof of space, now if you're doing proof of work with Ethereum, it's gonna be a lot longer.
Who dictates the strategy? You or I guess because remember nowadays it's based on your level
A
of
lot of
risk,
people
right?
can get, I got some money, I don't know what the hell
Exactly,
I'm
exactly. So I
Now
can
what?
walk you guys through that. So the client comes to us, they say they got this budget. we give them the options and we let them decide, right? Because
You do like Matrix? In
we got
this hand,
the blue pill, the
blue,
red
we got
pill.
the red.
Exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
Stay in Wonderland. See
Yes.
how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Exactly. So, because like at the end of the day, guys, we're not financial advisors, right? We're
Right.
just
You don't guarantee
facilitate.
shit.
Do
don't-
we still need to put a little like, shit like that, producer, or
Yeah.
should we keep on the
put
script?
that.
Right.
So,
All right. Perfect.
Our
you know-
production team says thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Keep talking. Then.
yeah.
Right.
So basically,
SEC is not. Is
they're not in the
that.
building with us.
Not in the
All right,
building
good,
with us,
good,
so
good.
You haven't,
They're
you
still
haven't-
busy with XRP.
You haven't,
Yeah,
said,
exactly.
you haven't said any trigger words.
Yeah.
keep hammering us. Keep
So basically, like I said, we leave it up to them. Whatever their risk tolerance is,
So
they go with
obviously
that.
the 1 month payout is going to have some risk because it could change, right? That's
Right.
not like solid.
It's
right?
not as exactly. It could be. It could later change to 2 months. As the network grows larger, your portion of it gets smaller, right? So therefore, your win time comes down. So
Okay.
that is that is the risk, right? That they may never get the payback. But like I said, if we're going back to proof of work, the payback time is closer to 9-10 months before you make your money back.
proof of work.
Yeah.
Which is the
The old school.
The old school, which is you get your
Now-
mining.
Now the player, the investor, he can like see a picture of his shit and you got like a camera on or something where he can feel good.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's my rig right there.
Now, at what point, you know what, I'm a chicken head and say like, you know what, give me my money back. How does that work?
Crackhead, not
Because there's
chicken.
also you gotta understand there's crackheads in the process.
Bullshit
Of
moment.
course.
Crackhead, not
Because you gotta
chicken head.
man up and say, if I'm
He's a
gonna put some
crackhead.
investments, okay,
Yeah.
here's the money. Okay, I expect to pay back, and I'll write with you.
Mm-hmm.
But through the process, you have some crackheads that say, you know what, I need my money. You
He's
know what?
scratching, he's
Where's
got
my
his
money, Bill? Where's my
Jones
money?
Yeah. So I
Need
mean,
my
in those,
fentanyl, you know, I
of
gotta-
course, yeah, they got to get that.
How does that work then?
So basically, in the contract that they sign, it kind of doesn't allow them to.
Because you
to-
got your equipment here.
Exactly. We made a purchase with those funds into equipment, so there's really no way to get it back unless you sell it, right? But you might not get what you paid for.
Right, because you'll buy it back, but hey,
Exactly.
I'm going to have to hit you now.
Exactly.
Hit you a little
Okay.
bit, all right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now, last time we visit you guys, because you have this video, what is it, like the gaming business,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
But also you mentioned you want to move to another big place, right?
Uh-huh.
To put
So
more
obviously-
machines.
machines and that. What's your upcoming, I guess, 3-year plan? What's your intention in here with this? Are you obviously, from what it looks like, you want to keep, focusing on this crypto mining?
Because the gaming parlor is more like a hobby.
Yeah.
It's where you kind of interact with people and all that. But
Yeah.
the serious stuff goes on behind that.
Exactly, behind the scenes. Yeah, no. Next 3 years, we'll probably still be here. We'll still be mining. It may not be proof of work. It may be proof of space or proof of whatever comes next.
At a
right?
larger scale.
Yeah, at a larger scale, absolutely. We're getting new clients, every month. Maybe at least one a week.
Yeah, the word
That's
gets
pretty.
out. yeah,
That's
of
pretty
course.
good.
And so we're going all the time, and that requires extra overhead and more space, more cooling. And these things get hot, and Laredo isn't really the coldest place on earth.
It's hot
So
here.
we've got to get a
now
lot of
the
ACs.
majority of your investors are located in Laredo, or is it like do you kind of figure out that your investor is more like abroad, like if you break that?
Yeah, sure. As we started, they were mostly in Laredo, but as we've grown, they're from San Antonio or out of somewhere in Texas. I know we're working on some that aren't even in the country.
You got some people from Mexico
Uh,
interested?
I have clients that are from Mexico. Yes,
Okay, interesting.
yes. So
Okay, well the good thing is our audience is from Mexico. People from Monterey, church
And they
from
come
Monterey.
here all the time, so it's
they're
it's very
definitely
feasible,
welcome
yeah.
to sign up with us.
Hang out
we
with
welcome
us.
them.
All right.
I guess. Well, you have anything to say? I mean, we better start wrapping this pretty soon
Yeah, we
before
kinda
the audience get
Wrap it up before they change it from proof of space to something else.
Something
right?
else,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Something
we
else
have,
in the
but we
industry
have the
changes.
audience hot enough to
Have
say,
them
I'll
hot,
put some money. You got anything to say,
Yeah.
I think we covered the big stuff. I mean, we appreciate Steve and Jose for chopping it up with us here today. And he
course.
dropped some nugget bombs. not a lot of bullshit today, boy. You guys serious, boy?
He's
Y'all-
sharp. That's why he's drinking water right now.
Exactly.
Sir.
Them geek.
I thought he was gonna get drunk and start
Thought I was
saying,
gonna
you know
soften
what?
him up, boy. You guys coming here with geeking it out, boy. They
all
uptight,
about
boy.
business.
They're not bullshitting around.
But the
boy.
good thing is that you guys are growing. Your operation is growing.
Yep.
You're bringing more investors every week.
Absolutely.
It looks like you guys are extremely focused on what you guys are doing. Your main primary focus is it's in an industry that it's just like super hot right now,
It's exploding.
which is exploding right now
Yeah.
with crypto mining. A lot of unknown factors, but also risk management in the process, which looks like you guys are handling that. You guys are well known into what it is, the industry, in essence, the proof of work with proof of space, the proof of stake.
Yep.
You know, a lot of big decisions to make in the process.
Definitely.
But I mean, you guys are on point on that, and you know, I wish you guys can keep growing that.
Thank you.
The idea about this space is to have Laredo, you know,
Put it on the map. You know,
Put
it's
it on the
already
map.
the, largest secret port that no one knows about in the
Yep.
world.
port.
Yep. Yep.
So it's a honey hole. You know, it's sweet.
Yep.
So guys like you, us, we make it better. Get the word out. Another thing is when new developments come out in the industry, you guys kind of like our crypto guys. You know,
Of course.
you're on my speed dial for crypto, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So as things happen, we like to get you back on the show so you can
Absolutely.
like update the audience on what's going on because this thing's moving
Exactly.
all the time.
Now,
Yeah.
if part of the audience decide to just look for you guys or anything, do you have any website or?
Don't have a
or-
website,
or,
but
how does that work?
Oh, don't worry, they just contact us. And
All right,
we'll-
so
we'll-
contact us and then we'll get our
We'll
we'll
hook up
charge
these
our
guys.
25% fee on that process for the
top
25
of
fee.
that.
You know?
yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I mean, they can. If anybody from the audience would like to get in touch with us, they could definitely go through you guys, or that'd probably be the easiest way for now. Until we're
you're ready to go direct.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like invite only. It's
a
very
little bit.
kinda
It's kind of exclusive right
Very
now.
Exclusive. That's
I like
cool.
that. Yeah.
The
That's
Billionaire Boy Club. What was that movie about? The
BBs.
BBs.
Yeah.
The BBY movie.
All right, that's cool. We can roll with that. So yeah, if anybody's interested, you just can reach out to us and we'll get you in contact with.
Well, we really appreciate you
Crypto
guys coming.
guys.
Thank you
The
for having
crypto
us.
guys, and I have fun talking on this. So
Always a fun
This
time.
is just the first podcast with you guys. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have much more
Others.
as
Yeah.
the
Of
industry
course.
keeps growing and
We'll get more
changes.
questions
You guys
in.
are gonna be the first ones to be here for sure.
We'll be here.
You know.
Absolutely.
All right.